Hi everybody, welcome to another pregnancy update. Today I am 25 weeks and 1 day pregnant and so far so good. I had a midwife appointment yesterday and it all went really well. My blood pressure is perfectly normal. Excuse any ninjas you might see coming through the frame. Ninja Leo, you came to my appointment, didn't you?
Yes.
And what did we get to do? What did we get to hear?
My baby brother's heartbeat.
Yes, and what did it sound like?
It sounded like a galloping horse.
Yeah? Galloping horse.
It's like didun, 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 didun.
It was quite quick, wasn't it?
Yeah, very quick.
Nice.
But when I heard it the first time, it sounded like a car which was broken down, going boom, 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 boom. Boom,
Oh yeah?
but going boom, boom, boom.
You thought it was really funny. You started laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, guys.
Leo got to hear the heartbeat, which was great, and John was there too. It's the first time that either of them have heard it. And I think in general there was really nothing to report. Everything seemed fine. I don't have another midwife appointment until 31 weeks, although I can see her before then if I want. She seemed fine with how everything was going. I feel quite good actually. I have lots more energy lately, so I've been doing lots of house stuff and sorting things out. I don't know how early nesting sort of begins, but that's how I feel. I just want to get things like sorted and know where things are and that things are organised and I'm cleaning, and you know, it's obviously half term, so I don't get to do my own projects as much while it's half term. I don't have cravings per se. Well, maybe I do. I have a really sweet tooth. I just want like cake and chocolate and ice cream. Maybe not the ice cream so much, but I often don't really know what I want to eat at the moment, which didn't happen to me the last time. I just find myself sort of not really into cooked food, very savoury food. Yeah? You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I really like sweet food and like fruit, and I want like salad and stuff, and obviously it's winter time and you know. So a couple of odd things I suppose. Not necessarily odd, actually one of them's pretty cool, but John and I noticed that where my muscles have separated there's a gap obviously, and
yeah, just like about here, around here.
around my belly button basically.
Belly
And
button, there's your belly button.
I noticed the other day, whilst sitting down, that if the baby's in the right place and I have my hand sort of over my belly button, just above it, you can feel so much more when he moves around, to the point where it's kind of freaky. Because he's there's so much less between us that it's really cool, but kind of weird at the same time. John got to feel it too and agreed that it was really cool, but also kind of really weird. These are... The left one is fine, but the right one, for some reason, is quite often itchy and sore. No other symptoms. I watched one of my old vlogs last week, my 24 weeks one, from when I was pregnant with Leo, and I noticed that in that one I was actually measuring my bump at that point. So out of curiosity I measured this bump to see if it was the same or bigger, or because I feel quite big at the moment. There's been a really rapid change in my bump since 20 weeks. If you compare 20 weeks and this week next to each other, there's a lot of difference. Actually, I measured and I found that I was measuring the same as I was in my last pregnancy at this point. So that for me is really encouraging to know that I'm not actually any bigger than I was. I was slightly concerned that perhaps I was going to be bigger because of the perhaps excess amniotic fluid, which could be an indicator that baby's not swallowing properly. But I would say that since I'm the same size, this is reassuring me that this is a normal pregnancy so far. I measured this week and I'm 31 inches, which is just a bit bigger than I was in my last pregnancy at this point. But I think that is largely due to my tummy button being so much more pronounced than it was at this point in my pregnancy before. Continuing to have some backache when I lay down, specifically when I lie down in bed on my back. It's really quite painful. It doesn't last, it does eventually go away, but I do find that it's not tolerable to lie on it. So I lie on my side, and that really helps to alleviate that pain. I have been starting to listen to some guided meditations and also some positive affirmations as well, just as I'm going to sleep. At the moment I may not manage to do that every night, but I try to do it, say, at least every other night. And this is all preparation for giving birth. However it may happen, whether it be C-section or a VBAC, I'm hoping for a VBAC, but even if it does end in a C-section, I am hoping that I will be able to use these techniques to help me feel more in control and just overall happier about the experience. So I'm doing a lot of research. I'm reading lots of books. I've been looking into hypnobirthing, and I've also looked into hypnobabies, which is ever so slightly different. I've also inquired about, well, I haven't inquired yet, but I'm going to, about an independent midwife. And an independent midwife is different to a doula because the midwife is actually medically trained. And the main thing that I really like about having an independent midwife is she's with you and it's one-to-one the whole way. Even from, antenatal care right through labour and delivery, and then postnatal care, including things like breastfeeding and just general support. So it's a little bit on the expensive side, but I'm looking around at my options and I'm trying to find something that I think I can afford. And I think maybe I've found a place. It's not that I feel like a doula isn't valuable, I just feel like in this instance where I've got a few more risk factors, I would like to have somebody medically trained to actually help me. I'll show you in a minute, but I've been on my sewing machine today, and I've actually altered 2 pairs of my leggings to become maternity leggings. I can actually show you the black ones here. You'll be able to see it more clearly with the ones that I've got on, but I removed the waistband and I added this stretchy cotton waistband, kind of like a yoga waistband, and it came out really well. I was quite impressed with myself because I don't normally do very well with sewing projects, but actually this came out really well. And I even allowed for a little bit of a scoop at the front to accommodate the bump. If you are interested in looking at some of my old pregnancy vlogs, I've actually created a playlist for that now. So I'll link it at the end of the video if you're at all interested in looking back at some of my really super duper old videos when I was 19 and pregnant. I have been finding them really useful, just because it provides me with information that I otherwise would have forgotten, like the measurement thing. And I feel like for me in this pregnancy, having that information is just so reassuring. It really takes my anxiety levels down. So tomorrow I'm looking forward to, because my mum's going to come over, she's bringing some of my baby stuff that I saved from Leo, and we're going to find homes for it in this house. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. I'm getting very excited, and I'm sort of feeling pretty good right now, apart from the whole not knowing what I want to eat. That kind of sucks. 25 weeks, and I'm looking pretty pregnant right now. The feelings of tightness and stretching have kind of died down a bit. I still get Braxton Hicks. They tend to be along the lower half of my belly, not really reaching up to the top yet. I think he might have moved. I get a lot of activity over here right now. I think that might be his feet actually pushing on my ribs, so he's getting a lot bigger all of a sudden. He's probably lying with his body this side, head down, hands over here. And these are my leggings that I made, altered. So I've got the waistband. I have the option of folding it over if I want to, a bit more like a yoga band, but overall I'm really happy with how they came out. Really happy. They stay up, which is great. Belly button's a mess, but never mind. I mean, you know, that was always going to happen, so. And I'll put in here a comparison of this belly to my previous pregnancy 25-week belly, so you can see how I might be carrying differently. Yeah, so that's everything for this week. Do stay tuned for other videos, and I'll be back next week with another one. Bye guys!